Hey guys, welcome to another vlog video. So, want to go ahead and talk a little bit, just for a brief moment, kind of discuss a few things here and there. So, I found out something interesting a couple weeks ago. And it's that apparently my town has actually got a higher tier of internet. Didn't know about it. So, just to kind of give you a brief story, my friend James Dixon James, that you guys know, he has gotten this internet, and he was telling me information about it and stuff like that. And apparently, the only reason why I hadn't heard of this company was because they've only been around for 2 years. So in other words, they're just now coming up out into the loop and stuff. Which is interesting, it's interesting. I did not realize that this company was around. So, when I first heard about it, I was like, huh, interesting. And then it wasn't until he was starting to tell me the actual internet capability that it was able to do. And I'm like, what? So, here's what's interesting. At this current moment in time, they have 2 tiers in terms of their internet capability. The first tier is obviously the $50 range, where basically you get 500 megabytes per second download and upload speed. I was like, upload speed? And he's like, yeah, crazy, right? So apparently, upload and download speeds, it's kind of weird, Your download speed, if it's high enough, your upload speed will be lower than what the download speed would be. For example, my current one, I believe, if you'll give me just a sec. Yeah, so in terms of megabyte speed, it is barely up past 10 megabytes per second. Whereas my download speed is 180 download speed per second. So that's the crazy thing, your upload speed is based on your download speed, and this was a thing for a long time. In fact, in terms of my previous one, which is Frontier, which I would highly recommend no one should own, I don't know why they're still around to this day, but their download speed can somehow almost match the download speed of my current internet connection. But their upload speed was completely shit, It wouldn't even go past 10 megabytes. It would sometimes get upwards to 8, but no more than that. So in terms of our current internet connection, which is Charter Spectrum, download speed is 180, upload speed is almost past 10 megabytes per second. So it's not bad when you think about it. That's usually the norm of the internet as it is right now. However though, for some reason this company was able to match itself. It was able to keep a constant stream on both ends. So in other words, not only are you getting 500 download speed, but you're able to get 500 upload speed, which is insane. In fact, for a streamer, Twitch streamer, that's a lot more than it normally should be, which is not that bad really when you think about it. I think the recommended streaming capability is upwards to like 20, hold on a sec. Yeah, it says here for, actually that's a little bit different than what I thought it would be. I guess it depends on the overall performance, I guess. But in terms of like 920 by 1080, 1080i PHP, the requirement minimum is 3.5 megabytes. The minimum, okay? The minimum. So that's the interesting part about it, is the fact that technically I am at that minimum requirement. In terms of maximum requirement, I'm going to look at it right here. Yeah, so in terms of the maximum stream speed, the maximum requirement is actually that of 25 megabytes per second upload speed. So that's the interesting thing. If you want to stream at the best quality, we'll say 1080 60 frames per second with no problem, no lag, you would need at least 25 megabytes per second. Okay, just 25 megabytes. That's all you would really need. So why would you need any higher than that, right? Why would you want any more than that? Well, there are actually a number of reasons why. Obviously, if you live in a single building with other people, you would want that type of match internet capability in your house. Say for example, someone's watching Netflix or Hulu, someone's using their computer or their tablets. You would need a higher internet frequency, a bigger internet frequency for that matter, in order to run all those different devices to where they can all be connected to the internet. So yes, if you're live streaming, followed by if someone else is live streaming, you would probably want to have a higher capability. And the internet that I have would not work. It would not work. However, with the internet that is going on right now that I'm hearing, yes, it would definitely work. Now, they go beyond that, actually, what they do. They go beyond that. They have a $100 tier range, where if you wanted to, you can go for 1,000 megabytes upload and download speeds. A gigabyte. Holy fucking crap. Okay, we're talking like high tier shit right here. This is insane. This is insanity speeds. Okay? I've been hearing a lot about this 10 gigabyte firmware stuff, but we almost went there. We're almost at that point here in my town. I didn't think I was going to see it, I mean, I would fight about it, but I wouldn't hear that we were going to get it. To have close to a gigabyte is a dream come true, And I even told everybody, it's like, I would actually shell out $100 just to get that type of speed. And we actually have it. That's insane, what it is. It really is insane. I didn't think it would be possible, but it is. Now, with that being said and everything, the ultimate question is, where am I going with this? Right? Where am I going with this? Well, with the vlog itself, there may be a possibility that my streaming could be improved later on down the road. Now, I will say this much right now. My PC currently right now is actually working fine. For those of you that are wondering, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I do, however, want to upgrade. Because currently right now, as it is, I am streaming at 720p at 30 frames per second. Which is about as minimal as I want it to be. I try to go higher than that, and for some reason Stream has difficulty with it. Which makes sense. But it makes it harder so whenever I'm streaming these higher quality games, like for example, Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, and even more of a sample, Devil May Cry 5. Because of the fact that it's supposed to be at 1080p, 60 frames per second, the game rendering is atrocious, to some degree. Now, if I'm playing a PS2 game or less than that, it's not that effective, it's relatively in good shape. Anything beyond that, it kind of hurts it to some degree. So, I would like to upgrade to a higher tier of streaming quality, no more than 1080 60 frames, I think if I could get up to 1080p 60 frames per second for streaming, I would be fine. I wouldn't need to go any further than that. In fact, there would be no need to go to 40, or 4K, my bad, I'm about to go 40. Fuck, if we went to 40K, how would we be able to compute with that? Anyway, so basically, 1080p 60 frames per second would be where I want to aim at for streaming. It would be. So with that being said, my PC is not powerful enough to pull off that type of arrangement. Or rather, it can't pull off the coding aspects, should I say. So, when we originally built my PC, me and my friend TJ, when we originally built the PC, we originally built it for video editing purposes, because at the time I was living with my parents, and at the time, we didn't have good internet. In fact, the internet that I've got right now, I could not get to my house. Every single time I call them, they said, "We are 1,000 feet from your designated point." Well, add that extra 1,000 feet, because you would have business. The only problem is that they won't do it unless they have a compiled list of future customers who would want to invest with them. You know, they want to know that they have a reason to invest that much money for extending a cable. There's another problem with that. Where I lived was an up-and-coming neighborhood of like maybe 10 or 15 people. That's it. And if they're 1,000 feet from where I live, that one stretch of road of just houses ain't gonna work. It ain't. Keep in mind, my road is like a mile stretch. And with only 10 to 15 people, that's not a lot. That's not enough to have a company say, yes, we'll add in an extra 1,000 feet of cable onto it. Because you gotta think, they have to install that crap, okay? They have to have manpower to go over there, install the cable, to have it connected, to have it ready for whenever someone wants the internet, they can hook it up. So even if you had, like, say, 10 people, that would probably not be a sufficient amount number that a company would be invested in. They'd be like, nope, not worth it. And it sucks. Really, it does. And the problem is that Frontier's customer service towards the internet is absolute shit. I kid you not. Some of the back roads that did have Frontier no longer has it. Why? We had an ice storm that came by, and it totally trashed their internet capability with Frontier. Frontier decided that it wasn't worth the money to reconnect them. No, they didn't inform them. And they were pissed. That's why Frontier is not highly recommended for customers. In fact, if anyone told you anything, do not go with Frontier. They have terrible customer service. And I'm saying Frontier all the time because I want them gone. They're a terrible company. They don't respect their customers. They don't understand the importances of internet, much like how everybody else looks at it and stuff like that. They don't see it as a main utility of importance. They see it as a, like, cable and stuff like that. So naturally, they are not going to look at it as heavily as what we would look at it. So it's one of those things where it's like, Frontier should no longer be around because of their poor customer service. They don't bother upgrading their internet capability, and they don't care about their customers. They only care about the ultimate profit itself. With Spectrum, they have some kind of care. You know, they do have some kind of care. And I say they have some kind of care because they do provide that upgrade that Frontier could not provide, or won't provide, should I say. Won't, not could, won't provide. And so they have a better service, actually, technically. And I imagine their customer service is a little bit better, except they won't extend their reach towards other places. If they were to extend their reach to other customers, they would have better opportunities. And I guarantee you they would. They just won't do it for some reason. But with this up-and-coming company, there may be a chance that maybe other places will have it. I'm hoping. I'm really hoping that other places will have it, because keep in mind, I live in the main center of town, so I'll have it regardless. But I'm hoping that other places will have it eventually, which would be nice. I'll have to talk to them and ask them about that whenever I get a chance to. But ultimately, I do plan to stream at 1080p 60 frames per second, which means I'm going to be building a new PC. Now, some of you PC experts are going to be like, why don't you just upgrade your PC currently? There is a problem. See, like I said before, it was currently made to be for video editing purposes, which means at the time, the motherboard was only built to hold up a i5 processor. I'm going to techno vibe here, so I'm going to try to stay commune with the tech nerds there, even though I'm going to sound like a caveman trying to discuss how phones work. Yeah, that's a weird scenario, but get my point. My motherboard is only able to hold up to an Intel i5, which means the processing power, while yes, I could get a process power higher than an i5, the motherboard wouldn't support it. Which means the motherboard would have to be a new motherboard entirely in order to hold a higher processor power. Higher CPU, rather. And the highest one now is i9. I think if me and my friends have got it right, if we just go to like an i7 or an i8, we should be fine for streaming, I think. I need to kind of do a little bit more research on it, but I think in terms of processing power, I just need to get a new motherboard as well as a new processor in order to support the streaming ideal concept. Basically, I just need to build a PC that has the ability to stream in terms of encoding and stuff. If I can build a computer that can only do encoding and streaming, I don't think we should have a problem. I think in terms of streaming, at that point, it would only be Twitch's ends problems. It wouldn't be an internet access, it wouldn't be a computer problem, it would be Twitch's issue. So, yeah, that's my current plan right now. So, right now, in terms of what I've got planned up, I do actually have a body that I actually like. If that's weird to sound, then I understand. But I do actually have a PC case body that I do actually like. Now, if I can actually find the damn thing. So it is called the Radmax Gamma A18-2 Black Orange Steel Plastic Tempered Glass ATX Mid-Tower Computer Case. That's a mouthful. I know, it's a mouthful. But this is the ideal case that I like. You know, it's orange, it's black. It kind of matches with the theme of my channel, which, if you guys know, is somewhat orange and black to some degree. So I would actually like to have my PC match the color tone to the channel, and this one actually looks like it would do really good. However, though, when looking deeper into the reviews of this one, there are problematic. For example, the biggest issue is that there's not enough room for cable management. I mean, yes, the side panel does have a little bit of a gap to where you can do cable management, but no more than what you would normally have, and that's an issue on its own. Now, technically, my PC has no cable management whatsoever. It has zero cable management, actually. But to a certain degree, I do want to try to make this next PC be an actual PC build that I can actually do, that I can actually work with, you know, and stuff like that. Because the last PC build, I technically didn't build. I was more or less spectating my friend putting it together. So, then again, I wasn't computer literate, so I had no idea what needed to go where and stuff. But after kind of doing research and stuff like that, I have a better idea as to how to build a computer and stuff. Now, as to the programming aspects, I'm going to have to do a little bit more research on it myself, but I would like to actually build an actual streaming PC. Because I know a lot of people are going to be asking, are you going to do PC gaming eventually? The answer is probably no. I will always be console gaming. I don't think I will ever go to PC gaming at all. It just, I like my consoles, you know. I've tried going into PC. I just can't get into it as well as like everybody else has. I technically do own a couple of PC games, you know, aside from like Final Fantasy 3, obviously. I do actually have 2 or 3 PC games. I don't play them a lot. In fact, I don't care for them, actually. So it's one of those things where it's like, I can't really play PC gaming. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, is it because of the fact that you work on your computer and stuff like that? Not really. It doesn't even matter on that part. It's just, I don't care much for computer gaming. I like the console gaming aspect. I don't know why. It just, to me, a console can perform better for a PC aspect. If you try to do gaming on PC, you are going to have a number of problems and issues, you know. There could be the fact that you don't have a powerful enough video card, you don't have a powerful enough motherboard, and constantly having to upgrade every single time just to get a potential powerful PC in order to play these games and stuff gets mundane at times. So, will I ever go to PC gaming? Probably not. It'd be too much of an investment for me to sink into. Whereas console gaming, I can sink my teeth into, really. Even though a lot of people are saying that the next generation is going to be the last console generation, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, if people buy console enough times like they did this past generation, it should be proof enough to know that we're still going to be stuck in the console generation for at least a good long while. So I sincerely doubt we're going to get rid of it that easy. You know, if a company sees a way to make money, they're going to keep using it regardless of what people think. But yeah, that's kind of the ideal for the future of BlackCross gameplay. It's going to be more towards streaming admittedly, but my end goal would be to one day upgrade to a higher PC and being able to stream at 1080 60 frames per second, which will be nice. You know, it would be nice to watch a stream and not have to always be concerned of are you running at 60 frames? No, I'm not running at 60 frames. You're running at 720, aren't you? Yes, I am. This is absolute shit. It's like, well, I can't do any better than what I've got, you know? And I think a lot of streamers can tell that, you know, based on your budget depends on like how far in terms of streaming you're able to go, you know? I mean, the weird thing is you can go to any website now and they have like a streaming PC that costs upwards to like $3,000 to $4,000, and that's ridiculous. No, I'm not paying for that. That's ridiculous. I think if I can build a streaming PC for like $1,000 and something like that, I think it would be fine. You know, keep in mind, my original PC, which was built for editing purposes, was only like $700 at the time. So you think about it, with today, with newer technology and stuff like that, I say I should be able to have a streaming PC for at least $1,000 or something like that. I think that should be the ideal goal that I have. But at any rate though, guys, let me know in the comments below, are you looking forward to the higher quality of my streaming? I hope you are. And if you are a computer tech, give me some recommendations on like what components I would need in order to build a better PC and stuff. And if you do know anything about the tower that I'm looking into, let me know your thoughts and opinions. And if you feel like I can do better at finding a better PC tower. Because again, I am working towards the ideal. I just hadn't really moved forward yet. It's going to be a while. If nothing else, I think within the next year, I might try. You know, it's a matter of saving money and stuff like that. Which means I'm going to have slowed down on my collecting habits, which is an issue. But anyway though, thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you in the next video. Catch you guys later.